Hey, it's Angie and it's Tinks Treasurez. So I'm back for video number 3 for this mini album that I've been working on. And this is going to be for like the embellishing part. And I just completed the construction of this, showing how I've assembled everything and the waterfall. And so what I want to do now is add some embellishments for this. Put something on the cover. And as I was going through all my things that might work for a crafty type album, I'm not sure that I have a lot, and I started pulling things out. This was my original inspiration, so I got this at Joann's just a couple days ago. Now I realize now that that's knitting and mine is crocheting, but I'm going to use it. And then I went through all of my things from Anna, and I have the sewing cut and emboss folder set. I can't quite read that. Sewing room craft and emboss folders. Okay, so I have 2 of those, and I have the scissors might work. I guess that's a button. And the thread and needle would work, and the tape measure would work. So I pulled those out. Then I pulled out my Flourish cut and emboss. It says decorative Flourish cut and emboss folders. So I can use those randomly, that'll work. And then I was digging through my stamps, and I have this scrapbook, that'll work. I like this. I'm assuming that's thread. And then this one, I like the scissors on this one. And then I think I originally saw this thread and scissors, but I really like the other set better. So I might just set these aside to work with that. You could use this as a measuring tape also, but I'm going to work with the rest. So maybe these are going to go set aside. And then I realized, oh yeah, so during her big sale, I don't know, was it February, March, I got this, the impression dies. I can't even read that. Impression dies and inks. So now I have replenished my stock of ink, because I've had a lot of her inks, and to no fault of Anna Griffin, a lot of them have dried up. So I'm hoping, I haven't even opened these yet, I'm hoping these are going to be good. And I was going through here, there's even a few things that would work, like these corners would work really nicely. The butterfly would work nicely because it's flowered paper, and the teacup and even these corner dies would work nicely. So I'm going to, oh, and then the other thing, so the same day as I got my stamp, and I got a ton of yarn, I got this, the We Are Memory Keepers, and I think I got it for $13. So this is my first stamp press. I'm going to give it a try and see how it works. So I'm going to try stamping a few things, cut and embossing a few things, and then work on putting it together. So I may just keep some of this on video, and I just may speed through it because it's been a while since I've stamped anything. And I'm just not quite sure how the process is going to go, but I'm going to work on that now. So if anybody has this We Are Memory Keepers Vision press, and you have any tips on how to use it, please leave them in the comments below, because I'm just going to lean this, see how it goes. cardstock that you're going to be stamping on, putting your stamp down and picking up, inking, putting down. I like the idea of the Misty. I just can't bring myself to pay what it costs. So I have a bunch of this ivory cardstock left over for assembling the book. So I'm just going to start with that and see what happens. And I know that I've had these stamps for like ever. They try to be 8, 10 years old, and this is the first time I'm using them. Today I got the stamp. No, this was earlier. This was a disappointment. I mean, not the stamp, but like when to learn something else, we were going out of business. I and a friend kind of ran out to Joann's that weekend and thought, oh, there's going to be a great sale. So there wasn't. This was, I don't know. I think I grabbed it just because, and it was only like 20% off. But this is the when I did get the embossing piece. But this is the plug in my stamps. I think right now I might have a few. I need to pull out and see what condition they're in. But I'm just going to give this a try. I don't know if you can see that. It's very faint. Just a little better. I think it's darker color. I'm just going to let this set around now. That looks so nice. And then I like to scrap up one. I mean, hey, we're making a scrap up, right? I think I've used this color twice now, and it's not showing up very dark. But I don't know if because it is a pigment ink. It says this is the fast drying vivid color with a crisp finish, perfect for sharp clean layers. So I'm going to go over that with this second color. Darker color. No, it's not. Do I need more pressure? I feel like it should be darker there. that's like the distressing of the design. And it kind of looks like maybe it should be distressed. But I'm gonna go with that. And then someone please explain this to me. So at first I thought this might be like a darning needle, but I don't know what the gap is for. Does that mean like it's in something? Kind of like that? Like it would be in fabric? Or maybe the top of the bobbin? It's not a bobbin, it's a spool. I mean, I guess that would be kind of fun for sewing, but it doesn't look like it comes apart. I don't know, somebody please tell me what they use this for, if they've used it. So I'm going to use this tape measure. This is one I got there by Joann's. You can see that, and it kind of looks good. You can see the gold underlying and then that dark gray on top of it. Well, I'm going to fussy cut that out, so that red looks good. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my mess here, and then I'm going to use a few of these impression dies. Although I'm very happy with the stamp press, and it was $13. So this last week, I think Joann's is having, when I got this, it was 60% off, and I keep hearing advertised like the 30th is their last day and something like 80% off. So I might go back one more time and see what they have left. Okay, according to the instructions, it did say to put your die face up, ink it, put your paper on it, and then run it through. So I want the butterfly. Although I don't want to ink against my mat. Let's try this. It's kind of a reddish brown. I don't even see colors on here, color names. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right in front of me. Crimson red. Good grief. So I guess we're cutting against our plates now. I thought we weren't cutting against our plates. So what do you think? Is that what you get? I haven't used these before, so I don't know, is that clean? Did I use too much? I mean, it's fine for me because it's me. No, I'm worried there's not enough ink in these pads. Those look nice, I guess. Somebody tell me more about impression folders. Yay or nay? Do I need better ink or different paper? Because they're cutting nice. And then the other thing I wanted to do was use the cut and emboss folders. So I'm just going to find some gold paper for that. So I have these, and then I have the sewing ones. So I think I'm just going to cut them all out and see what happens. See how I use them. I have some scraps, so I'm going to work with these. Now this you can't go wrong with. Feels like there's some glue on here. This is the first time I'm using these too. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I probably fast forwarded through all of that fussy cutting, and that wasn't even very good fussy cutting, but I'm going to clean up my mess and maybe look through Cricut and see what Anna has on there and see if there might be something I could add to this. And then I'm going to come back and start putting this together. I have one more thing to show you, and then I'm going to clean up my mess and come back and start adding it to the book. But what I wanted to do is, I gotta find it. Aha. Okay, so with the mini album set, which was the dies, it has a die that goes with this and this folder. Sorry, I need more space. So I want to cut this out for the front of my album. I'm going to put this in there. So these dies came with the album set as well as this folder. So what I want to do with this folder is that I'm going to use a piece of paper about a 1/2 inch bigger all the way around. I'm going to emboss it, and then I'm going to cut it diagonally, and I'm going to get a pocket out of it. So those are two more things I'm going to try and do real quick. And I did order my mats yesterday, so they are on their way. Because I do have trouble using these mats, the small version and my large version. But to be honest, I have done a ton of cutting with them over the years. Bridal showers, baby showers, wedding invitations, cards, you name it. So this may not be how it's intended, or maybe it was, I'm not sure, but I want to be able to see through this, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it like this. So this is some shimmer paper I have. It's not Anna's. It's almost text weight, but it does have a nice shimmer to it, so I think that will work. And I'm going to cut my corners, like to miter my corners, so I'm just going to try and go up to that edge. And then what I want to do is I'm going to cut this diagonally. I'm going to cut not on the border paper, but on the actual design. And then I'm going to score this, and that's going to give us a pocket. And I got to remember not to use the little bone folder. This is the Martha Stewart scoreboard because it's so sharp. It never fails. It cuts. And I have to say, when I was had this idea in my mind of what I was wanting to make with the mini album process, I know Anna has several sets of pocket dies, and so for the second time I got beat out on eBay again because I found a set that I loved. I was literally in the process of purchasing them. I had the phone in my hand. I just happened to look to see if I had a coupon because eBay had just sent me some stuff, and by the time I got back to hit buy with my credit card, yeah, it was gone. So I've lost out on the banner die and sentiment set, and I've lost out on the particular pocket sets that I want. So I'm going to make this pocket here with this embossing folder card, and I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, maybe a little glue, and I'm going to glue it in right there. Okay, so now we have a pocket here for putting things in. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to do some embellishing, and then I'll come back and show you the reveal. Okay, I'm back, and I have to say this was a little bit more challenging than I was anticipating. I had all of my embellishments laid out, and I started out, my cover was going okay, and as I got into it, I just thought, wow, I don't have what I feel like this album deserves, and I just didn't feel like I had enough particular supplies that was more crafting oriented. So here's what I have. So bear with me. I don't know, maybe we can request Anna to come out with more of a crafty type set of papers and or embellishments. But here's what I've got. Okay, so this was from Cricut Design Space, using the pen and then cutting out the shape. And these are dies. So this is all from Anna, with the exception of this is Cricut. The little hook for crocheting. So we have scissors, her flowers, a butterfly, and a thimble. And then on the inside, now I also want to preface this as when I was making the book, I was trying to follow Anna's directions by using the 5x7 cards. However, I did make the book bigger so that the waterfall in the back would fit. In that case, I could have made my pages bigger and this could have fit a little bit better. But for now, this is what I have. This is the pocket I made, and I do feel like I should go back and like reinforce this because it's already kind of starting to tear right there. But then I had kept the labels from the yarn as I did projects. So that's what I have in here for my pocket. And then as you go through the book, the pages, I have pockets either on the outside or the inside, and then I made the pictures to be able to slide in and out. So like this is one of the examples. I made this blanket. It is this yarn. The picture doesn't really do it justice, but I really wanted to get the book put together. So here's where I was going through going, oh wow, I have all these embellishments, but really I felt like I didn't know what the heck I was doing trying to put all this together. So I kind of went back through and reevaluated and pulled out a few more things. Like I had these flowers ready to use, but I really felt like I went more heavily on the flowers than I would typically like to do because I don't like a lot of flowers. I like them. I like Anna's. I'm not a flower girl. However, that's what fit in the book best. So I have the stamped image. This is a ruler. And then I did go back and I just felt like the book was lacking. So I pulled out some stickers that I had that were Anna's. I don't know that I feel like it fits the style of book. I mean, I feel like this is more circus-ish, like the type, font, and the colors. But we're gonna go with it. So I added names to the project so I know who I did for what. This is some more of Anna's die cuts, and this is a stamped image. That was another ruler. And then I just went ahead and added some more stickers as I found them that I thought looked good. You can pull these out and then be able to go ahead and add more pictures or whatever you want for this. But at this point, I just felt like this is how it was kind of pulling together. So another one of her stickers, some flowers, stickers or flowers, and this is a stamped image. And then over here, here's kind of where I kind of was like, I need to add flowers because the images I had to work with just weren't enough. So this is pretty enough on its own, but just having scissors and like this pin can be used as a stitch marker just wasn't enough. So I needed to really go back in and add more filler to it. And so another sticker, you can never have too much happy, some more flowers, a bow, and then I kind of need to figure out how I'm going to attach some of these yarn labels. And here's some samples of the yarn I used for this project here. There is another pocket, and then here's where I put in the label and a scrap of the yarn. And this one here, this looks really bad. So I was thinking, oh, what would a sticker look like up here? Well, it doesn't look good at all. You can't see it because these are the vellum stickers. I should have put it down here or put it on another piece of cardstock. So as I was going to pull it up, it just pulled the picture apart, so it's staying there. So some more flowers. I did cut this one out. I went ahead and kept it. I had cut out more, but I didn't like them as much. I felt like the color was too strong, but it worked okay for right here. You open it up. Here's another one that you can pull out, and then it has the label and the yarn behind it. And this is just another one. I did make these little corners. Those would look good on a lot of the pictures. I could go back and add that just to give it some more interest. And a pretty yellow flower and some more scissors. And then this is the last page, and you can see that it's pretty full, and had the picture or the pages been bigger, I could have spread it out a little bit better. But this is the last page. This one just flips up. This goes to a blanket that is over here. And then just one more last set of embellishments of flowers and like a little thimble. And then the last page is our waterfall. So here I did find another sticker to put in. You do want to keep it flat, like a rub-on would probably be nice, but I kept it up above this so because the whole sticker wouldn't fit. And then I thought maybe flowers over here, but I've already overdone it in my opinion for myself on flowers, so I didn't add any more flowers here. And then on the back page is where I had that leftover scrap from covering the book that I just added this, where the two covers come together just to give that cover over the seam right there. So that's it, and I feel like I'm rushing through this as it is. I really like the construction of it. I like the layout of it. I like the papers. I just, next time if I would do this, I would make my pages bigger. That would be the only difference. And then maybe laying out my embellishments and stickers a little bit better. I just feel like there wasn't a cohesive set to work with. I was pulling from stamps. I was pulling from impression die cuts and random stickers and flowers. It wasn't like one of her kits that she has that would have sentiments and die cuts and different flowers. So that would be nice. But it's so good. I like the paper and I like the cover. The cover is probably my favorite. So, okay, I'm sorry to have dragged this out so long. And I am going to finish putting the video together and a couple pictures for it and get this loaded. So again, if you've enjoyed this, got any ideas, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. It would help my channel out and I would appreciate it. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.